Project. I'm trying to see if the lighting is good enough in here. I guess I could do it inside. I wanted to do it outside though. We'll try outside first, but I have to look somewhat presentable. Okay, I need to stick you guys on this window. Here we go. I mean, that's not bad. I don't know. I did not bring any makeup except this, which this is all that's left of this thing. I love it. It's called the Maybelline Lifter Glaze. So I need another one soon. I might have to do. I sold 17 copies of The Love Lottery in its first week. I'm so excited. This is actually the most I've ever sold of anything that I've ever made. I'm up here at the cabin doing a little book retreat, and I am starting to track how many I'm selling because my first goal is to get to 100 copies sold. Once I sell 100 copies, I'll be able to afford to replace my laptop, which has been crashing and doing all kinds of crazy stuff during the last several months while trying to finish this book. I'm getting my first MacBook, the MacBook Neo. I'm going to get the yellow color, of course, because I want it to remind me of how I was able to purchase it because of my book sales. I was going to do this digitally, but Canva wasn't cooperating, and we're just gonna do it the old-fashioned way. If you don't like AI, you're gonna love this. I'm also going to need like 3 of these because only like 30 sticky notes fit on one poster board, and that's what I'm using to track. But this will be a good start. I wanted to make it look like a lottery ticket, so every time someone purchases a book, I'll take one of these sticky notes off, and then that'll reveal the number sold. Another thing is, if you have not told me yet if you've purchased a copy, make sure that you tag me, text me, message me, whatever, however you know how to get a hold of me, because I'm gonna put the names of everyone who has purchased a copy so that I can keep those sticky notes as keepsakes, and I can remember who was there right at the beginning. This is where it all began. I am going to write down the names of the people that I know of that have purchased a copy that I can remember. I think this is everyone that I know about If you're not on here and you already told me, please let me know in the comments that I missed you. There are 36 spaces on here and we are at 17. So thank you again. I am so excited. I'm so grateful and I love you guys so much. I am obsessing over this adorable little caterpillar that wants to come home with me apparently. He started crawling up my cooler bag. I was just at the beach and it's actually kind of loud here, so I hope you can hear me. I don't know. Someone's like filling all their inner tubes with a air filler. What do you call them? I don't know, but it's loud. Anyway, I was just at the beach for like an hour or two. I'm still here, but I just loaded most of my stuff into the car and I was just gonna have one last snack before I go. But I realized I didn't vlog at all at the beach. I did film some stuff for reels. I actually have 5 reels right now that are like completely done and ready to go. Okay, the only thing I don't like, actually it's not the only thing I don't like, but the main thing I don't like about Michigan, which I do like it overall, but there's a couple things that I don't like. And one of them is the amount of bugs. It's like you're freezing cold for 6 to 8 months out of the year. And then it's finally warm and there's bugs everywhere and there's people everywhere and it's loud and annoying. So yeah, I mean, the beach was fun, but I brought my book to annotate, which like dream come true, like annotating my own book on the beach. Like I really can't complain about that. Like that's just so surreal and I'm so blessed and grateful. But it was just funny because as always, you guys know like how much I romanticize things and I always have like an image of how I want things to go in my head. And I'm like, oh yeah, I'll be on the beach going through my book. It'll be so peaceful. And it's just like kids screaming the entire time and adults screaming. And so yeah, it's definitely not like the quietest place to focus on anything, but it was still nice to relax for a second by the water. And you know, it's always an enjoyable thing to do in the summer is go to the beach. So I try to do it as much as I can. And I don't really know why I'm giving you this whole explanation for it, but there it is. I started tracking the amount of books that I've sold, and I do have a reel going up where I go through the whole thing. I'll just insert the reel here into this vlog as well. So as far as I know, I've sold 17 copies of the book within the first week, because today's Saturday, right? Yeah, it's Saturday the 7th, Saturday the 8th. I don't know, I'm confused. But anyways, a week ago, the book came out, okay? So I've sold 17 copies in a week. That doesn't include, oh my gosh, this is why you're not supposed to talk with your mouth full, because I'm choking while I'm trying to talk at these. Those 17 copies do not count anyone who's reading it on Kindle Unlimited. I do still get paid from Kindle Unlimited. So like, if that's what you want to do, if that's how you want to read it, do not feel bad. Do not feel like you have to actually purchase the ebook or the paperback. If you have Kindle Unlimited and you read it, I'm paid based on pages read. So in my reports, it shows orders and it shows pages. And if you're reading it on Kindle Unlimited, it doesn't count as an order, but I do get paid for those pages. So those 17 people, like that doesn't count anyone who's using Kindle Unlimited. Also, ebook sales are instant in the reports, but paperbacks do not get counted until they're shipped. So like the last time I looked at okay, now someone's like yelling at his children. Up north isn't enough. I need to go to the moon. I can't. I don't even know what I was talking about. I got so distracted. Something about the book. I moved it this way so you could see the water back there. Oh, this is my new bathing suit. Let me show you. It's really cute, but like, you know, like this is why we all have body dysmorphia. Like I bought it and I tried it on and I looked in the mirror. I tried it on and I looked in the mirror at home and I thought it was like super cute and I thought I looked super good in it. And then I come here and I'm trying to film it and I'm like, I look like a frumpy bump on a log. Like this swim dress actually makes me look bigger than I already am. But I don't know. I still think it's cute. So I'm just wearing these little bottoms with it. Like you can wear whatever bottoms you want. And then it goes like this. I don't know. I like it. I guess this is almost 40. This is what you wear now. At least if you're me. This is what I'm wearing now. Comfort is key. Comfort is number one at this point in my life. Oh, okay. I think I was talking about the reports. So the last time I checked the reports was a couple of days ago before I got up here. I haven't really been able to check since I've gotten here because I have zero signal inside the cabin. I don't really have signal until I get into town, and even then it's pretty spotty. For some reason here at the frickin' beach, I have full ass signal. Maybe it's because it's like on a campground, so like the camping people need good signal. I don't know. So paperbacks are only counted when they get shipped. So that 17 does not count Kindle Unlimited readers, and it does not count anyone that's purchased a paperback within the last like 2-3 days, because it most likely hasn't been counted yet. But I'm very excited, very happy, very grateful. This is just the beginning. I'm going to be doing a book tour. I'm going to be doing signings, events. I'm going to have tables at different like boutiques and, you know, fall festivals and Christmas markets and like all those types of things. But the main focus this winter is going to be recording the audiobook. I'm going to go harder with the in-person stuff in the spring, since it is a spring book, and also I, want to be able to focus on the audiobook and like other stuff this winter. But I'm obviously still gonna be talking about the book. It's my life. The series is my life now, and I'm so happy. I'm so excited to write book 2. I already know how it's gonna start. I know who the characters are gonna be. I already started jotting stuff down and writing it essentially. You guys know, like, I'm always writing down like little parts that I think of, and then like I kind of put it together once I, get it organized. That's how I wrote The Love Lottery, is like I would think of a scene in my head and write it down, even if I wasn't to that scene yet in the book as I was writing it, if that makes sense. Like I would think of like something that should go in chapter 17, even if I was only on like chapter 4 while writing, chronologically. And like, that's okay. Like, I think you can write however it works for you to write. Like, I don't think, there's any like certain way that you are supposed to do it. And if there is, I don't really care, because I can do whatever I want, especially since I'm self-publishing, and I like don't want to deal with a publisher. I don't want to. Like, I don't want to deal with corporate America or capitalism like at all. Like, I want to do this all on my own independently. If a publisher wanted to pick it up, if I do film the book as a TV show or a movie or whatever, and it goes into film festivals, because I don't know if I told you guys yet, but I do have that opportunity right now. I still would be extremely, extremely cautious with anyone picking it up. I am very, very protective of my creativity, and I personally am someone who doesn't really like adaptations that much. Like, I think there's way too many adaptations right now. I think they're just churning them out, and they're so cheap, and they're not, I don't know. I don't think they're very good, most of them. Like, once in a while, obviously, like, actually, I can't even think of anything right now, but I know there's been like famous movies that are based on books, right? That like the adaptation is good. But I just don't really like that every book talk book is becoming an adaptation. And then I feel like it takes away from the book itself, because then I'll be like, now it's like, if I haven't read the book yet, now I'm going to go into that book imagining these characters in the way that the casting director imagined them, instead of like creating my own world in my head and my own, you know what I'm trying to say? Like, it just kind of cheapens it and devalues it to me. Like, the experience just isn't as good. But I will say that with Bridgerton, I started watching the show before I ever read any of the books. And I liked the books just as much, but I wasn't a huge Bridgerton fan before the show. So maybe if I had been a huge fan, I would have been pissed off at the show. So I don't know. It is so fucking loud. It is so loud. Can you guys hear this shit? Like, how is anyone supposed to relax when it's this loud? I don't get it. Like, when people bring their four-wheelers and their motorcycles and, like, all their really loud things, I'm just like, that is so disruptive to everyone else. I just feel like it's so rude and so inconsiderate. Like, I feel like there should be certain, like, places where you go and that stuff, like, isn't allowed. I think that would be really nice. The main thing I see, the biggest thing I see that adaptations get wrong is they almost always take a nerdy, outcast, ugly character and they cast like this hot actress and we're supposed to believe that she's ugly. Like, come on. Like, The Love Hypothesis, there's no fucking way I'm watching that shit. I read the book. She's not supposed to be this perky little blonde. Are you fucking kidding me? Like, it's totally different. Like, it makes me not even want to watch it because it just isn't accurate and it's just frustrating. Like, I'd rather just enjoy the book for what it is and that's it. So, you know, I just wish that we would, I feel like it kind of Hollywoodizes the book instead of the book being about normal, regular people with like any book that's about normal, regular people. Like, these are two scientists. Are you kidding me? Who knows a hot scientist besides Mark Ruffalo when he's playing the Hulk? I don't know a hot scientist. Please let me know in the comments if you know one. So, like, that's not normal. I'm sorry, I'm at the hospital with Trey, and this was this important that I had to tell you guys as I'm editing this vlog. By the way, he's fine. He's getting testing done. He's not hurt. He's not sick. He's fine. I don't believe, you can't convince me. You cannot convince me. I had to look this up because I had to refresh my memory. I was like, I'm pretty sure that the female lead in The Love Hypothesis is a virgin and like has never had like any, like a boyfriend or anything. And I confirmed it. Yes, the lead female character, Olive Smith, is both a virgin and has very little romantic experience. She has very little overall romantic relationship experience going into the main events of the story. She's a virgin. She had never blah, blah, blah. Okay, so you guys, I don't believe for a second that a girl who looks like Lily Reinhart would be a virgin. I don't believe it for a second. Like, that is not realistic in the least. Like, that's unwatchable for me. There is no possible way that I can watch that movie because that is not believable for me. Like, she is a 10 out of 10, like an 11 out of 10. She's gorgeous. She's like Margot Robbie's level of gorgeous. Like, there's absolutely no way in hell that she would have no experience. Like, that is just bizarre to me. It's like you read these books about these normal, regular, everyday people that you can relate to, right? Like Charlotte. She's not skinny. She is not supposed to be perfect looking. She's not supposed to be the most gorgeous girl in town. She's supposed to be messy. She's supposed to be chaotic. She has big, long, frizzy hair. She has hips and she has thighs and she, you know, doesn't like to work out. And, you know, and then if they tried to cast Anne Hathaway as her, I would say close because I know she has my likeness, but she's too fucking skinny. Like, unless she's willing to gain weight, like, no. Like, I have a couple of people in mind where, like, my dream, you know, if it really did become something and, like, who could accurately possibly play her. Like, I'm thinking of the girl from Two Broke Girls with the big boobs. I don't remember her name, but she's really cute. And I feel like she could, like, she has more of that body type. And that attitude and that personality. Like, I feel like she's the first person I thought of when I was like, okay, if I were to create like a cast using actually like famous people, she's probably the best one. But I have no idea who would play Max, because I don't really know of any good-looking guys in Hollywood who are in their late 40s and have gray hair. Again, please write in the comments who you think, because I don't know. And same with Max. Like, Max doesn't have washboard abs. Like, he's strong in like that like husky, manly bartender type of way, but just take me away, please. Aliens. Aliens, I'm here. I'm here. I'm ready. Stop now that I'm recording them. Yeah. Why are all kids and animals like that? There we go. Know that I will always tell you everything. Like, there's never going to be a time when I don't overshare with you, unless it has to do with like someone else and I want to respect their privacy. But like, when it comes to me, like, I don't really care. I don't have any secrets, and I think that's so important to share our struggles. I mean, that's always been my mission, is to help other women feel less alone. That has been my mission literally my entire life, like since I could talk and think and write things down. Like, I knew that's what I wanted to do, and I wanted to do it through my words. And so, you know, obviously writing is my favorite, but I mean, here on YouTube, when I had my podcast, stuff like that, I just feel like it's so important to share what we're going through so that other women feel less alone, because there have been so many times when I have felt alone, and there's so many things that we all struggle with. Like, we all live such similar lives in some ways, and I will just never understand like why people like don't talk about what they're going through. Like, I guess like they just have too much pride. I have no pride, apparently. Like, I don't really care if you think I'm a nutcase or something. I don't know. I think that people are just like worried that other people will think they're not perfect, but like no one is. Like, I don't know. I don't think anyone's perfect now. Like, I'm not like if someone came to me and told me they were like having problems, I wouldn't be like, oh my gosh, you have problems? Like, oh my gosh, like, duh. I don't know. I don't really see like the point in hiding anything. So anyway, I'm going to be honest. Like, I am having such a wonderful time up here at the cabin. I'm here with my dad and my parents' dog. My mom had to go to Florida, unfortunately, for an appointment. And, yeah, and it's just me. My brother and sister-in-law didn't come up. Void, my other sibling, is in Maine. They moved back to Michigan, but they're probably moving back to Maine right now. They're visiting for some things, and my boyfriend had to work. So it's been really wonderful and relaxing and quiet for the most part, besides like the other people. But like, when it's just me and my dad, it's like we're super chill. Like, we don't like talk a lot, or, you know, we just like hang out. And like, we played Scrabble tonight. We went to dinner last night. We're just
having a great time. Like, I took my dad on a cruise. If you've been following me for long enough, then you know that. But when I was in Mary Kay and I was like in my MLM, like Christian girl era, I earned a cruise to the Bahamas, and I took my dad because you could bring a +1, and at the time I was single and I didn't have a boyfriend or anything, or a girlfriend for that matter. So I brought my dad. This was in like 2017, 2018. And like, we never have any drama. Like, the most drama we had was I was pissed because he kept beating me at Scrabble. Like, that was like it, which, I mean, it's just for fun. So, but I have cried like multiple times, and I have cried more this year than I like have ever cried in a year, and the year is only like halfway over, just over halfway over. And I just feel like it's really, really hard, even up here, even when I have no signal on my phone and I have nothing to do but read and journal and relax and hang out with my dad. Like, I still can't help but think about my problems, and I'm trying so hard to not think about them. And when I'm actively like doing an activity, I don't think about it. Like when we were playing Scrabble, I wasn't thinking about it. Like, we've gone on like some cart rides and stuff you guys have seen. It is so hard for me to shut that part of my brain off. It's so hard for me to not think about what's wrong, and then I feel ashamed for that because I'm just like, I wish, like, there have been so many times when I wished I wasn't so emotional, because I feel like I allow my emotions to like run, you know, how I feel about my life. Like, I guess it's hard to explain. So it's almost like, so I've seen memes about this that are like, don't feel guilty about the periods of your life that were lost to trauma or mental illness. And that's kind of what I have to tell myself, because there are so many parts of my life that I don't even remember, because there were so many bad things that I blocked out all of it, and I don't even remember the good. Or like, I hardly remember anything, like, at all. Like, my memory is so bad, you guys, and that's why I'm so obsessed with like pictures and videos and stuff like that, because like, I hardly remember, I don't even remember the names of the people that I worked with at my job in early 2024. So that was 2 years ago, a little over 2 years ago. And I can't remember any of their names right now. I can't remember one out of the like 7 people. Like, if something sucks, like, that job sucked. Not every single part of it sucked, but it's like, it sucks that I block out everything when I'm going through a hard time. But like, we're always going to go through hard times. So it's like I block out my whole life, and it's just so sad. And I just wish I wasn't like that. Like, I wish that I could just see the glasses half full, be happy, be in a good mood, be positive, not worry so much, and just like remember the good things, focus on the good things. But it's like, all I can think about, like, today I cried. So yesterday I cried because I was thinking about my body again, with like my health issues, and how I feel like it's always going to be this way. I mean, this year is shot. Like, this year, well, especially, okay, so maybe not the rest of the year. I'm going to be a little positive here for you guys. But definitely my summer was shot. Like, literally all of this health stuff and all of this financial stuff really, like, all happened 2 months after I left my job. So like in April, like right after my birthday. Imagine that. And it was right before the summer, and I've just been sad all summer. It's been fucking summertime sadness, and it's like, why? Like, why did that why do these things happen? And like, I don't, and it's, no one's perfect, but sometimes I really do feel like, what did I do to deserve this? Like, do you guys ever feel that way? Like, okay, God, what did I do? Like, tell me, like, what was it? Like, is this karma? Does someone have a voodoo doll of me somewhere? Like, did I do something bad in a past life? Like, was I Hitler or something? Like, I don't understand sometimes why these things happen. And, it's just, my life has been so hard. And I just, at some point, it's like I'm waiting for this turning point when things get better. And it's like, they don't. So then what am I supposed to do? Just like block my whole life from my memory? I don't want to do that. Like, I don't know how. It's funny that I've been through so much and I still don't know how to like deal with anything. Like, I just don't. And yeah, anyway, I wrote in my journal a lot today, and I'm not letting any of my negative feelings stop me. I mean, there was definitely a period of time, especially in June and July. I would say like most of June and July, where, you guys, I just didn't want to do anything, and most of the time I didn't. I mean, I did like my reels and I did like little piddly things, but like I'm mostly laid around in my pajamas scrolling, which I never did before, by the way. That's a new habit for me. Like I'm not a scroller normally, but I would either be scrolling, playing video games, taking like 5-hour baths, which like I did need that time. Like I needed that time to be depressed, right? And like grieve, honestly. Like it was like a grief period, a mourning period that like my life is never going to be exactly how it was before all this medical stuff. And, grief for the life that I had, that I thought I would have. And, I left my job because I felt trapped with my job. Now I feel trapped in my body, and I feel trapped financially. I still feel trapped, and I'm just like, when is this going to end? Like, I don't even care if I'm rich. I don't need to be skinny. I don't need to be rich. I don't need like the top of the top. I don't need to be like a billionaire model, #1 in the world. I don't give a fuck. Like I just want enough money to not have to think about it 24/7. I want a body that feels and looks good enough to not think about it 24/7. And I just feel like that's not that much to ask for. And I feel like I have had both of those things at some point in my life. Just maybe not both at the same time, but it's just been so shitty. So yeah, I just wanted to be honest with you guys, like I said, because maybe you're going through something similar, and that's how I'm really feeling. But yeah, I was literally just crying again before I turned the camera on and started recording, because I like stopped and I was like, no, we need to talk about this. Like, I need to tell them that I'm feeling this way. So, when you see people like on vacation and it looks like their lives are perfect, I mean, maybe theirs are, but mine's not. But like I said, no one's is. We have to not believe that lie. So, I love you guys. go to bed. Well, I'm actually watching YouTube before bed. I downloaded a bunch of videos before I came up here so that I could watch stuff if I wanted to. I finished A Pack for Spring and A Tree Grows in Brooklyn. Those are two of the books I've been reading. I finished both of them, 4 stars for both of them. I loved both of them. There was just, each of them had something that made me not give them that 5th star, but I still loved them. Highly recommend. But I'm watching some YouTube tonight. I'm going home tomorrow, and it's really funny because this has to do with like what I was just talking about last night. So one of the YouTube videos that I downloaded was by Sammy Ingram, and she does a lot of manifestation content, which like I'm not as into the whole manifestation thing now as opposed to like, I would say like 2020, 2021, I was like really into it. But she had a video that I downloaded that was called Why Social Media is Stopping You from Manifesting. And I thought she was going to say, because this is what I think it does to me. I think for me, I get comparisonitis. I have like a really, really bad comparison habit, especially when I'm going through a hard time. If I'm like going through, if you know, there's peaks and valleys in life, and like when I am on a peak, I don't give a fuck about anybody else's life. Like it doesn't bother me. If someone's happy, I'm happy for them. Like if they're achieving, I'm congratulating them, and I do those things anyway. But of course I'm going to feel pangs of jealousy. Of course I'm going to feel pangs of like, why not me? Like, why am I dealing with this and this area, and they're, you know, achieving in that area? Like, obviously I'm still going to support my friends and everything, but like, it's just harder to. It's just harder to when I'm like in a hard season. And so I thought it was going to be like that. Like, you know, because you're consuming so many other people's lives, you start comparing and paying more attention to their lives than your own, and then you start feeling negative about yourself, and like none of that is good for manifesting. But she said, basically she disagreed with what I said last night, which is fine. Like, we don't all have to agree, but her thing was this, and I wasn't expecting it to go this direction.
The issue is, I don't think we were ever supposed to have this much access to so many people's trauma, limiting beliefs, negative thoughts, feelings. Like, people are using short form content as their fucking diary and just dumping their shit all over everybody on the internet. And here you are just scrolling, trying to decompress from your day, and boom, trauma, boom, sad, boom, depressed, boom, anxiety. You know what I mean?
Her thing was, people are using social media as a diary, and we weren't meant to access all of these other people's feelings, and we can take those feelings on as our own, which, like, I understand that. Like, I understand, like, I am an empath as well, and I understand that other people's feelings can affect our feelings. I get that. But also, like, then just don't fucking look at it. Like, I don't, like, people who follow me know that my content is extremely realistic, relatable, authentic, transparent, honest. I don't sugarcoat. I don't hide anything. Like, that's literally my brand. And there's a reason for that, and the reason is because I'm trying to connect with people, with you who's watching, because I know that we all go through hard times, and I don't want anyone to feel less alone. I just talked about this last night for 12 minutes to you guys. So, like, I understand what she's saying, but also, like, there are so many more accounts online that are, like, picture-perfect Pinterest influencer accounts than honest accounts like mine that do go into my feelings. Like, most people don't post content like this. Like, most people like try to be perfect and try not to show their emotions. So I just thought it was interesting that that was the type of content that she was saying was like bad for you, because I actually like appreciate it. Like, I don't want to watch people, for the most part, like there's certain influencers that are very like picture perfect that I really enjoy, but I've moved away from that a lot. And for the most part, like, I just pay attention to my friends and family, if that. Honestly, I don't even have time to do that, but I usually, there's like certain friends of mine that I'll check because I know they post a lot. Or what am I talking about? I don't even have any friends that post a lot. I have my best friend Angela in New York. She doesn't post as much as I do, but I would say like almost as much. And she probably posts the most of anyone that I know. And my sibling Void. So that's two people that I like checking on. And then there's like certain other influencers that I like, but like most of who I follow is people that are really relatable. I follow a lot of like body positive content and just like inspiring stuff, but inspiring in the way that they talk about what they've been through, and it inspires you in the way that you feel like you can get through it too. Does that make any sense? So I don't know. I just thought that was really interesting that I like happened to watch that video tonight, and I was just talking about last night that like, yeah, like my vlogs are my diary entries, and if you don't like it, there's millions of other people that you can follow. And even with the comparison thing, like there are accounts that I have unfollowed because I compared myself too much and they made me feel like shit. And I didn't want to have that feeling. And that's okay. Like, you know, but it's the same with me or anyone who is like me. Like, if you don't want to consume other people's emotional stuff, if they're sad and you are worried it's going to make you sad, then you don't have to watch that person if you know that that's the type of content that they have. Like, we need to stop, like as a society, we need to stop blaming social media for everything. We need to stop blaming anything outside of ourselves for the way that we feel about ourselves. Like, we need to stop, because we need to take responsibility for our own lives. And I'm talking to myself too. Like, there's always going to be some kind of distraction or some kind of someone bringing you down, or there's always going to be something outside of you, because you don't live in a vacuum. You don't live in a black hole. So, you know, there's always going to be something. And so like, we have to take control of our feelings, our actions. Like, we can't control how other people treat us or what happens to us, but we can control what we do and what we say. And we can try to control how we feel, or at least our reactions to our feelings, and how long we want those feelings to last, if we want to hold on to them or not. Like, I mean, I fight every single day to be in a good mood. I talked about this last night too. Like, this is Ruby, by the way. She's very sweet and cute, and she was a COVID baby. So I don't know why she's like staring at the wall. I don't know. I don't know what she's doing. I have to fight every day to like not like hate the world. Honestly, like, I'm a very angry person, and I have a lot of like, it's very dark and stormy up here, but I don't let it stop me, and I don't let it be an excuse, and I don't blame. I don't know. I don't really understand when people, I don't understand that. Like, you know, I'm scrolling online and looking at people's like personal sad stories, and it's stopping me from like anything. Like, I don't get that. If it is stopping you from something, then stop doing the thing that's stopping you, right? Like, and I'm not saying any of this is like easy all the time. Like, it takes effort and it takes sacrifice, but I feel like we live in a society where no one wants to sacrifice anything. I was talking to my dad about this like earlier today or yesterday. Like, I know so many people who will complain and complain and complain and complain about the same thing for years and years and years and years and years, and never do anything about it. and I'll give them advice and I'll try to help them. And it's just like exhausting, because if you're an adult and you live in America and you are not disabled, like, you can figure it out. And also, just because you're disabled, if you are, also doesn't mean you can't figure it out. It's probably going to be harder for you, and obviously disabilities are a spectrum. But I mean, I have a disability. My son has a disability. Almost everyone in my family has a disability. I have friends with disabilities. So I'm not trying to be ableist and say like, oh, if you're a disability, like you don't have the will to figure it out or anything like that. It's just obviously depending on your disability, it's going to be harder for you. But especially if you don't have a disability, you don't really have an excuse. Like, my mom and I were talking about this yesterday, where I posted about how Trey was doing an EMU, or in an EMU right now. He's getting tested for epilepsy. And I posted on Facebook, just kind of looking for some support. I normally don't post anything about Trey's health, or like, I don't post a lot of personal stuff like that. Like, I'll talk about my own feelings, but I normally don't post stuff, you know, like a picture of him in a hospital bed. You know, I hardly ever do that. And so I did do that because I want a little support. Like, I want, you know, and I think he deserves that. Three people called my mom thinking, didn't call me, didn't comment, didn't message, didn't do anything else, called my mom because they saw the picture and like thought he was dying or got in an accident or something. And I literally put in the caption that he was in an EMU. And my mom's like, well, they don't know what that is. Google is fucking free. If you're on Facebook reading my post and then calling my mom, you know enough about technology to Google. And with AI now and everything, I mean, no one has any excuse for anything. Like, you really don't. Like, people need to stop acting stupid, stop acting incompetent, stop acting like they can't function as a human being, especially if they are able-bodied, especially if they have access to these resources. Like, you don't have an excuse. Like, I shouldn't have to explain everything to everyone. Like, you are an adult. If you are over the age, even if you're not an adult, Trey's going to be 12 next month, and he knows how to use technology better than me. He could figure out anything right now. So I just don't believe it. I don't believe it that people are this stupid. I think they're just lazy, and I think they just don't want to do the work. If someone tells me something, like, I'll give you an example. A friend of mine texted me. I did get a couple messages myself too. And I had a friend text me who was like, is Trey okay? And I'm like, and at first I didn't even answer. I was honestly so pissed off because at this point I had posted in the comments like an entire explanation. And I literally said, for those of you freaking out, Trey is totally fine. This is what's going on. And I explained everything. And I wrote like 3 huge paragraphs, okay? Because people were being stupid and not Googling. So I did it for them. I literally asked ChatGPT to write it, which anyone could have done that. But I was like, ChatGPT, write this because I can't handle this right now. So I put it in the comments, and my friend still texted me and was like, is Trey okay? Like, what's going on? And I didn't even answer her first because I was just so pissed. I was just like, why? You have 2 children of your own. Like, you should be able to use Google. Like, it scares me that like these people are grown adults with children and like keeping them alive somehow. So, and no offense to my friend, maybe a little offense, because honestly, it's I think it's annoying. I didn't even answer at first. I was like, I can't do this right now. Like, and meanwhile, I'm like in the hospital, like where, you know, stuff's going on. I'm already stressed. I've had the week from hell. I'm exhausted. I was beyond exhausted yesterday. Like, my brain wasn't working at all. And then all these people are freaking out and I'm having to manage their anxiety. Like, please don't put more on me. Like, please don't put more on me right now. Like, have autonomy, have independence, be a grown person, and figure out what's going on with me. Like, you can Google it, you can look it up. Like, I appreciate people being concerned and like wanting to show their support, but like, this wasn't support. This was like them freaking out and me having to support them because they're freaking out. And that's the last thing that I need this week. And so I didn't answer her at first.
But later on, I said, he's in an EMU getting tested for epilepsy. And she goes, oh yeah, my daughter had that. Or my daughter did that. And I'm like, your daughter did the same thing and you still didn't know like what I was doing? Like, you still had to ask me and make me explain it to you. And then she used a medical term with me that I didn't know. And so I took it upon myself because I'm a responsible adult with a brain. And I went on ChatGPT and asked, what is this? Or maybe it was Google. I don't know what I did, but I went online and I just asked the internet, what does this word mean? I can't imagine these people when they're reading a book. Like, do they not look up words? Like, when I'm reading a book and I don't know a word, I look it up because I want to know what it means. Are they just like, oh, don't know that word and I don't feel like learning something new today, so I'm just going to skip it? Or are these people not reading at all? Like, it honestly, like, stupidity and incompetence and like the fake incompetence that we see, not just with men now, it's with women too. Most of these people, actually, all of these people that reached out to me and my mom were women except for one man. Ladies, we do not have an excuse. Like, please do not dumb yourself down. Please stop doing that. Like, that is like going against feminism and like everything that we fought for.
Especially with the internet and everything, I just feel like people don't want to figure anything out anymore. And like, I don't really have a lot of sympathy for people who make excuses when they're grown adults who can do it. It's just, I did everything on my own for so long with Trey. I had multiple jobs at all times. I never slept, never took breaks. And I'm not saying that's the right thing to do, but also like, there are people who need a second job and don't want to do it just because they don't want to do it. And like, they need the money and they're struggling, but they would rather watch Netflix, or they would rather go out and get drunk, or they would rather spend the money they don't even have on clothes that they don't even need. Like, and it's just like, why? Like, why would you not, if you have the time? And like, I have an autistic child. And it was just me and him for 8 years. And I'm also autistic. And I somehow still found a way to like figure it out. That's why I just don't have a lot of sympathy for people like that. It just really grinds my gears, because it's like, you can change anything you want within reason. You can at least start to change it. Like, it's not going to be overnight. It might take years, but the years are going to pass anyway. And it's like, you'd rather spend those years complaining. Like, I'm going to complain every step of the way. Like, you guys know, I love to complain. It's one of my favorite hobbies, but I'm going to do it while I'm doing the work, while I'm doing my best, and while I'm trying to get things done. Like, I don't just sit there. And yeah, I just don't get it. And I'm obviously not perfect. I'm not saying I'm like better than anyone or anything. That's just like something that I don't understand about our society in 2026. It's just like the laziness and the lack of self-discipline and the lack of self-awareness and self-development and self-responsibility. It's like, I don't get it. We get one life. Why would you want to spend your life doing something you don't want to do just because you don't feel like doing the work to change it? I don't know. Someone explain, please. Thank you.
Look at this baby. Look at this baby.
Just this big fluffy face.
Hello, you guys. That's weird how it just looks white. Huh. It's not snowing. There's a tree. But yeah, I am on my way home from the cabin. I'm in Brian's car, so it looks a little different. He has a nicer car than I do, but I got to use it, which is great. Thank you, Brian. I just wanted to close this vlog and say thank you for coming with me on my little solo retreat. I mean, yes, my dad and Ruby were there, but like I said, my dad and I are a lot alike, and we, you know, it's not like loud and chaotic when it's just the two of us. When it's my whole family, yes. Got to read, journal, work on book stuff, talk to him, talk to a couple other people I know up there, like my Aunt Flo, who's like a mentor to me. It was a really great time. I cried a lot. I processed some things. This big stuff that I've been dealing with all summer, I thought that it would all just take like a couple months. So shit really hit the fan with my health and with my finances in April. And I think I told you that the other night. Yeah. Right after my 39th birthday. And I assumed, never assume because it makes an ass out of you and me. I mean, I decided to be positive, right? I decided, hey, I'm going to be positive and I'm going to believe that this is all going to be resolved within a couple of months and I can enjoy my summer and, bada boom, bada bing. And people even told me, like with my back, they're like, oh yeah, it'll take, maybe like a month or two of physical therapy, the SSI stuff should have been processed more easily. I gave them everything they needed. Like I did everything I was supposed to do. I'm still doing everything I'm supposed to do. And I just thought, okay, like I did my part. Like, it's April now. I'll be done with all this BS by like the end of June and I'll still have July and August. And now it's August 10th today and it's still just the beginning of like this stuff. And so I am changing the timeline and my goal is to have all of this worked out by next summer, and hopefully next summer I can have the peaceful summer that I wanted where I'm not worrying about these big open-ended problems that like seem to never have light at the end of the tunnel. I am praying and believing and manifesting that by the beginning of next summer my life is going to look completely different in a good way and I can move on from all of this. Like that is my hope and prayer. And I'm just going to keep doing what I need to do. And that's all we can do. That's why I keep my expectations low, because I feel like I used to be such a more positive person and then life kept punching me in the face. And I was like, this isn't really helping me being optimistic. I get more disappointed than if I wasn't optimistic. I really want to protect myself from disappointment because I know how strongly I feel it and how it affects me with my adjustment disorder. Disappointment feels really painful to me and it can like take over my whole life. And so I'm extending the timeline. I hope that by June of 2027, my life is more peaceful. I have almost no pain. I have money in my bank accounts. I'm not worried about any of that. And I can just enjoy my life because that's what I thought I was going to get to do when I left my job. And it's been nothing but suffering since then, honestly. That's why I keep saying, like, am I being punished for leaving my job? Am I being punished for finding Brian? Because I did everything on my own for 8 years, just me and Trey, and then I finally found Brian. We got together. Like, I found Brian and I quit my job and everything like seemed perfect, and then I feel like I'm being punished because I finally like got to a good place, and now it's like, no, we're not going to let you stay in that good place. Like, we're going to give you stuff so that you can stay stressed. And it's like, I didn't ask for it. So yeah, anyway, I've talked about it enough, but I love you guys. And that's the end of the cabin vlog. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know in the comments if you want to see more vlogs like this. I've kind of been doing like a variety of lengths of, I just spat right into the camera. The last vlog I posted was my 2-hour behind the scenes vlog of self-publishing my novel. But then I filmed a day in my life that's probably going to be like 5 minutes long. I'm not even kidding. It was so short and like nothing happened. I don't even know if I should post it. Like, honestly, I think I should. Maybe it's already up by the time you're watching this one. But, and then this one I'm guessing is going to be like 30, 40 minutes. Which I feel like that's my sweet spot. I would say like around 45 minutes is like normal for me. So yeah, let me know what you guys want to see. I know like a lot of you have told me that you really like the longer vlogs. A couple of you have said you like shorter ones.
In 2 miles.
A couple of you have said that you prefer the shorter ones just because, you know, you like short and sweet and you have time for that. Let me know what you guys want to see, what your favorite length is, topic, all of that. And I love you guys so much. I'm going to go back to driving.